So quickly, as you can see, in the trade, I'm a little busy with the family right now, so I'm gonna let this play out and you guys to watch the stream. I'll get back to you in a few seconds and explain why I am in this trade. Hopefully it goes to TP while we are streaming live and it'll be our first win live. I'll be back soon. Okay, let's just turn off this now. All right, so quick recap. I took a trade already this morning. This is my second position. The first position was a win. I'm holding the second position, and as you can see, it pushed up aggressively against me. I'm not sure whether or not to get out now or just be patient. This happens a lot. It happens a lot, so it's nothing new. I should just wait, sit on my hands and wait, and I think that would be the systematic approach. And I'm just gonna have a look at this again and make sure everything is still in line for it to push down further. There is a reason for it to push down further. Let me just have a quick look and make a decision whether I'm holding this trade or I'm gonna close it now and just take a slightly take a loss on this trade or not. Okay, so give me a second, let me just have a quick look. All right, so we're going to hold it for now. We're going to see how this candle plays out. If it pulls in and just continues, that's great. If it pulls here, then pushes up again, then we know it's likely going to take us out. So we're just going to be patient. Now, the reason for this to push up like this, I believe, is because it's actually, this trade is before the London session. So the London session is about to start soon. Okay. So this could give the people trading this in the London session opportunity to sell, right? Or it could be their trigger to buy and continue long. So we're going to see how this plays out. This is just 10 minutes before the London session we're seeing this, which makes sense. So let's just have a wait. Let's just give it a moment and make a decision. If this does break, I would want to go long. But because I'm trying to restrict the amount of trades I take on this account, I'm just going to take the loss. Okay, so it's going to be a break-even day. So I won the first one. The second one would be a loss, or the second position would be a loss. I could have taken it out there. I should have taken it out there, but I wanted a little bit more. The reason I wanted a little bit more is because this first entry was a bit early. Second entry was smack on exactly where it needed to be, and I didn't get the one-to-one, and that's what I was looking for that second entry, the one-to-one, and I just couldn't get it so far. So it was meant to be here. Risking 11 pips. So I was supposed to hold it to here. 11.3. So 10.97.4. So just pop that there as a reminder to myself. 10.97. Okay, so I was meant to hold it to 10.97.4. So I don't know if you saw, but I do have a TP that's a lot further down, and I'm just waiting to see what happens. Hopefully this holds. London session doesn't derail everything. The start of the London session doesn't stop me out, and then we could get this back down here, and I'll probably close it around there when it's back in profit and call it a day. So let me just have a look, see what's going on with this. It's looking very aggressive. I think on this candle I'll make a decision. Yeah, I think if it breaks this high, here, I'm gonna step out, take a reduced loss, because it's just not looking good. It's gone. I mean, if I was at break even, I would have been stopped that already. I always leave that at the swing high. It was looking very good for a one-to-one, and all of a sudden this big candle just came up. So it could be bullish because of this demand zone. It held here, break structure here, pushing back up. If it continues pushing here, I'm gonna close the position. Okay. Yeah, I'm out. Okay, so took the reduced loss. I want to buy this. I really do want to buy this. I'm very tempted. Let's have a look at H1. Yeah, I do want to buy this. All right, I'm gonna buy it. I shouldn't have bought it, but I'm gonna buy it. Let's see, and I'm gonna explain to you why. My stop loss is just gonna be underneath here. Quickly put that in. This is a good risk management, by the way. So that's why. And this is yeah, this is on the raw account. This isn't the discretionary account. This is the raw account. So I should be managing the risk better than this, but sometimes my intuition kicks in and I need to listen and not ignore it. So 11:01. Okay, so we're now looking for price to essentially go above here. If it breaks up from here, then it's looking good for a win. But if it holds there and starts coming down, well, very likely to get stopped out again. Really should have gone against my setup, but we're gonna see. Hopefully it holds. London session starts in 5 minutes. Gonna jump on, check in on you guys, see how things are doing. Okay, so I was right to get out from the looks of it. Confirmation's coming soon when it takes this high. When it takes this high, I would have lost my previous trade, so would have been right to get out early. And then as it breaks this, I'm gonna go for a TP of 10 pips above this, I would say. So what's this? This is 11.19.7. It could, when this doesn't work, I think I showed you guys yesterday, when my setup doesn't work, there's an opportunity to sell in the other direction. So 11.20, more or less TP. There's an opportunity to sell in the other direction. Oops, no, not 11.20, 11.30. There we go. And I didn't want to do that yesterday because I was trying to be disciplined. I said I only wanted to take one trade on the discretion, on the systematic approach. Today, I know if I had reviewing yesterday, I know if I had did what I back tested, I would have made the win. I mean, I would have made back the loss, and I would have ended the day very green. So today, same thing's happening. I'm not gonna miss the opportunity. If I'm wrong, that's fine. I'm just gonna try and manage this trade now. Hopefully we get the break now, and then as it pushes up, I'll try reduce my stop loss and trail it up. We are 3 minutes away from London Open. I'm just gonna keep an eye on this and see what goes on. I hope it doesn't come all the way back down, because that would have really chopped me up and go all the way back down. It's, you know, It's a possibility. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. So normally I'm either right here. If I'm wrong, I'm right to go long. It's rare that it goes both directions and 3 or 4 times and I'm getting the read wrong. It happens. It has happened a few times, but it's rare that happens. So hopefully now I am right. It just continues going up, breaks this high. It's done things I don't want to see it do, and it's pushing up. When it was pushing up, now it's doing things I don't want it to see do, pushing back down. So hopefully it just stays around here where it broke the structure. So we had structure going down, it broke structure here. So if you look at it in terms of support and resistance, if this was resistance when it was pushing down, this is now support for it to go long. So that's why I've now got into it to go long as it broke this structure here. I want to see it go long now and continue its current trend. On the higher time frame, if you remember yesterday, I did say for swing traders, if I wanted to sell this, I'll be looking at selling it from this zone. And as you can see, that's where price is. So it's done a little reversal. And my initial read was that this could be the potential start of a Quasimodo reversal. And it's going to push all the way up and try to fill this imbalance. And remember, there's a gap here still, right? So Quasimodo reversal, you need a left shoulder, you need a head, and you need a right shoulder. So I initially sold this because this generated liquidity. I was in the belief that this was going to pull back down here to tap into here for the right shoulder, to be into the left shoulder, to become the right shoulder, to be bought, to go up, right? So that's why I thought. So I sold it to come down, then to look for the buy. But as I saw, there was a demand here. Price pushed into this demand and it held. I expected it to run this to get down, but it didn't. It held there and it pushed up and it looks like it was going against me. So now that it looked like it was going against me, I then bought it. We're going to see what happens. If it does break this high and continues going against my initial read, it could be a move that takes it up to that previous supply zone, this one here. Big imbalance, price could push it and try to fill most of this, maybe tap in here and be sold from there, continuing the major downtrend on the H1. But we're going to see. London session started, we've got some volume, we're going to see decision time. I'm in the belief that I shouldn't have got out. I should have just taken the loss, and hopefully this doesn't prove me right. Hopefully I was right to close the trade early and go long. Hopefully this holds, and we're going to find out soon. Very interesting times here. Tomorrow I'm going to try to keep this very simple, reduce my loss, reduce my volume, and just, read it as I normally do, but with less size, because even though I've restricted the amount of lot size I use per trade on this, it's still risking too much on this account. So I'm going to try to reduce my volume tomorrow and be more patient as well. Let's see what's going on here. What's up, people? Morning. Tell me if you can hear me clearly, how the audio is sounding. If the audio is good, put a 1 in the chat, and also let me know what you're looking at after this trade here. This is the last trade I'm going to take on the systematic account, the systematic approach. After that, I'll probably switch over to discretionary and have a look at what you guys are up to. Okay, so let me know what you're looking at, if you're looking at something other than EURUSD, and I'll have a reader, see if I can see what you can see. Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. I've been playing around with the mic yesterday. I'm gonna see what I could do after stream and see if I could improve it as well. Thank you for the feedback. Could be an interesting one. It still can materialize. I do believe it's going to hold and push up now, because the main thing is we had the uptrend here. It broke and ran the liquidity that would have been sitting underneath here. So that could have been the objective. It stayed within the demand zone from this high to this low. That pushed it up. So pole flag. So that's a flag, that's a pole. And essentially this pullback is just a pullback. It's just a flag, and it's going to pole out again. So that's why I could go long now, because if this is not a reversal, it's just a pullback. So if it's just a pullback, going long makes sense to continue the trend. And that's what I'm looking at now. Hopefully I am right. And this goes up considerably. We just need to see it now break this high and this high, and then yeah, I'll hold the position, try get 10 pips from that, and then I'll call it a day. It's looking good now. Just need to see in the next 2 minutes this close maybe around here, then the next one breaks it out. So let's hope it works out this way. It's unfortunate that I wasn't able to close the second position. If I took one trade, that should have been it really. I got in earlier, got that trade. The second position that I got into, I didn't close it because, you know, I thought let me hold it and see if I could get an additional, I think it was 2 pips again. So I was shy about 2 or 3 pips. So I've been unlucky these last 2 days, but I'm just going to have to continue the process and be patient. So hopefully by the end of this week, excuse the interruption. So hopefully by the end of this week, if we take today as a break-even day, yesterday was a loss. Hopefully by the end of this week, we should end up with at least $100 up. We should end up a little bit up. And it's all dependent on this trade. Let's see how this plays out. Let me see how much I'm risking here. So, okay, I'm only risking $136 here, so it's not too bad. I made 100 today, so I'll be down $36 if I lose this trade. So yeah, that's not too bad at all. I can make that back up quite easily. So I'm happy to risk it. Let's have a look at H1. Still technically respecting. Yeah, I'm in this trade a little bit early, going longer a little bit early, but it's basically I saw tons of things that I didn't want to see for the short, so I got out of it as quick as I can. To go long for this one, I should be waiting for it to break this previous high that was created. So a bit early again, but should wait for it to beat this high. That would be confirmation that this trend is still continuing and it's definitely going to break out. And if I entered there, I could have got a quick 10 pips. So I'm very early for this. It's just this candle here breaking structure, prices pull back into it. That could be the entry as well. So very early for the trade. That should be the entry. Stop loss should be there if I was taking this trade. But confirmation of this trade happening would be when this high is broken. So you could enter when this high breaks and have your stop loss probably underneath it if this happens, if it plays out like I've seen it. But let's just be patient. Hopefully I'm right. This move was just a pullback. This is the low, the swing low, and it's paused here, comes here, and goes off again. So let's see. Just have to sit and wait now. Okay, that's looking good. Back to entry. So back to what I said yesterday, always consider where the stop losses are. Yeah. So when this trend was coming up, the stop losses were there. As this was coming down, stop losses were there. As you saw, mine was there as well. So price has run the stop losses from the buy side, and now potentially is going to run the stop losses from the sell side by beating this high. So that's what we're waiting to see now. And if it happens, I get my win. While this is sitting around making a decision, let's have a look at the DAX. Okay, so DAX really filled that gap yesterday, made sense. It could continue its trend up now. That now is pulled back. There's a little breaking structure from this trend. So we had lower highs here, broke the structure, pulled back into it here, done another reversal here, pulls back in, and it could potentially go off again. So DAX could be a buy. That's a nice little reversal pattern there. So left shoulder, right shoulder, that's the head. Pushed up, pulled back into it. Could be bought to take it up, potentially. I'd be more inclined to buy the DAX than sell it. There's nothing telling me to sell it right now. There's no gaps for it to fill. There's no liquidity down there. I'm more inclined to buy the DAX. Let's have a look at FTSE. This one's a little bit more hard to read. That was yesterday's price action. That was the overnight session down here underneath the lows, and it's pushing up. So I guess it's a buy, but it's a lot harder to read than the DAX. The DAX is an easier read. That looks like it's a buy. Even though it's pulling down now, that's the main price action that I see that indicates maybe it's going up further. FTSE's already moving up. Maybe it moves in accordance with it. Not sure. Maybe it's too early to say what we're going to see. So price is just sitting around. There is no major news this morning. Only major news from the US in the afternoon. So hopefully I am done trading before that. I don't really want to get involved in that if I don't need to. If my setup is before that, I'll take my setup and be done with news. So many people speculating, so many opportunities for people to be in the market, increase volume. That's more likely that's going to be hard to read the charts. So I like it when it's a little bit calmer like this. and the price action is clean to read. So hopefully I'm not involved around that time. If you are, definitely be careful. I think it's CPI today. Okay, so this looks like it's going against me. This is incredible, but we're going to be patient. The loss is going to make, it's only a small loss. Yeah, it's a small loss. It's a little bit above 0.5. I say it's about 0.6. It's a small loss. I'm okay with it. It's just not a great way to start. Tomorrow, same thing, same setup. I take the one trade and I'm just going to sit on my hands. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. I'm just going to set the loss and that's it. Just one trade at a time for now. When I get the count built up a little bit, then maybe I'll look at doing things like this to increase the quantity of trades to get it over the line to hit that 10% target. But for now, I think I'm just going to do one trade at a time, make sure I'm reading the market right, and then we'll progress from there. So this isn't looking good now. It's not doing what I wanted to do to see the continuation, but we're just going to wait and be patient still. And it looks like I should have held it, my initial position, because it's coming all the way back. But I mean, reading the charts, it's like you could clearly see what I was trying to do. You could see the argument for it. I'm not mad at myself. Everything I saw, there was a reason for it. I don't feel like I over leverage either. It's just the market today just decided to be very fickle, up and down, and it's just caught me out again. So I mean, from here, all I needed it to do is push a little bit to get to there, about 2 pips or so. And it pushed all the way past my entry, almost to my stop loss here. So you can see why I got out. And now I've gone long, it's going against me. So there's not a lot I could do about it. It's just, I feel like I read it all right. So I'm not too mad about that. It's just, this is the situation we are in. So gonna wait. If that stops us out, yeah, it's gonna stop us out. It's gonna stop us out. That's amazing. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna let it happen. If it stops us out, that's the end of our trading session on this account, the systematic account, and we're going to switch over to the discretionary and go have a look at the FTSE. I want to practice a little bit more with the FTSE, take some trades with that, and build up my experience in reading the charts on the FTSE and the DAX, and then we'll see what we'll do in the future with them, whether we include them in this account, trading them or not. But yeah, we're going to be patient, wait and see how this plays out. Prices, I mean, look, it's going sideways. If you zoom out, you see it's sideways. So it's all of this is deliberate. And there's not a lot you could do about it. Just have to be patient. Make a decision and just be patient and find out if you're right. So I'm just going to wait. Quick look on M1. This wasn't a reversal, just shut up, come up here, it's reversed here again, it's coming down. So it looks, yeah, like I'm gonna get stopped out. This is a reversal here. So you got the left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder, and just push it back down. This is an imbalance, maybe it's come down to fill it, and from there it could push up again. That's that could happen, but we're gonna have to wait and see. It's looking less likely now. It's looking like a continuation of that downtrend. Just not happy with how that played out. The read was right. Yeah, looks like a continuation. So if it does continue, it stops us out, gets underneath here, and it aims for these lows. I would say not necessarily running the lows, we don't know that yet, but definitely coming down to say, well, I would assume it comes down to about 1076, and from there it either comes up again or it pushes out and continues the downtrend. But yeah, just gonna have to take this one on the chin and come back tomorrow. And that's confirmation. There we go. So definitely gonna get stopped out now. This caught me out again. The market's caught me out again. 2 days in a row. That's amazing. That's amazing. At least I got the win. The first one was a win. So the read was right. The initial read was right. Would have got the win here and potentially further getting underneath here. So that was right. This here, I didn't like it. That's why I got out. And then I went long, and now it's coming back against me. So there's not a lot I could have done about that. It just played me, simple as. And even now, it's just that if you're gonna stop me out. But it's even now, it's just it's teasing, it's messing around. Anyway, it's early days. Just go wait and see what happens here. Amazing. Amazing. Now it's pushing up. It could have done that from here. It could have done that from here. Tapped into there. Tapped into there. And pushed up. But it had to pull all the way down there to test my conviction. Amazing. I'm not gonna say anything. Just gonna hope it continues pushing up. Yeah, I hope so. I hope it continues pushing up. I hope I am fine. It's just hard to tell when it's just going back and forth. You know, that's why I say like it's easier to be right once or twice. Try to be right 5 times. It's hard. Imagine putting yourself through this on a regular basis. Emotions going up and down like this. That's why with this account, this approach, with the systematic approach, I would limit myself to maybe 3 trades max. If I'm using less size as well, 3 trades max. On the discretionary, 5 trades max. Because every single trade, imagine you went through this every single trade, how that would leave you emotionally. And I'm not trying to do that, get myself in a state where I don't want to trade tomorrow, you know? So I definitely want to just be nice and relaxed and just have control and discipline. So to be able to do that, I need to be in control of my emotions. To be in control of my emotions, I need to trade less. And hopefully this carries on pushing up and we get a big win, because this should be a continuation. Hopefully it tries to fill this gap, but I'll just be happy with the 10 pips and I'll call it a day. But look at that. This again, I mean, like I said, after it broke structure there, it could have just tapped into here and went up from there. But I decided to pull all the way down, come to my entry or my stop loss, which is about 1 pip away from my stop loss. Now it's gone all the way back to my entry. That's the market. Hey. Hopefully now I'm going to be rewarded for my discipline. Now I didn't close the position like it wanted me to. I held the position and now it should break out aggressively. I may move my stop loss even further up and scalp this. Yeah, I'm going to go for these highs now. I'm going to move my TP. This is where I would like to see it. I'm just gonna leave it just underneath there, and now I'm gonna scale out my position as it breaks up. Hopefully it breaks up aggressively. I don't see any reason for it. There's no major news, but if it carries on pushing, I will scale out in profit, manage this trade, move my stop loss to break even if I get the opportunity to. But for now, I want to see it just run these highs, push about 10 pips above these highs, and I'm going to take some size off. So that's the first high I want to see it take. This is the second high. I want 10 pips above this high, and that's what we're looking for. So it's starting to push up now. We're going to get ready to start scaling now. Could do that on my phone quickly because I'm just so used to using my phone to do this. Okay, so when it gets to about, okay, so when it gets to about, I don't want the pullback. So as soon as it gets to 29, so right as soon as it gets to about 11:29 or so, I'm going to start scaling out. I may do so before that. So I'm going to take a little bit more than half of my position off, reducing my exposure for this trade. And then I could leave the runner to see if it could get to the higher time frame TP. So going to just be patient a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't just pull back in now and stop us out again. Just have to be patient a little bit and hopefully it carries on. So from back testing, this happens. I've seen this a few times and I know it's good for 10 pips. And that's what I aim for. I've seen it sometimes only go 3 pips, so that's what I'm concerned about. But I back tested this and I've seen this go 10 pips. So we're going to aim for 10 pips or shy of 10 pips and try to reduce some of that loss that we took on that second position. Second position, we lost about $77. So if I take $77 today, I could just end the day with a win, making 0.5, making that $100, and that's a win nonetheless. So we're just going to be patient now and wait and see if we could get this pushing a little bit further. So that's the breakout. So break and retest. Some people are getting in now, so that should push it a little bit further, and that should get us our 10 pips. Most people's stop losses will be here. So I'm going to move my stop loss there as well. Not to copy the crowd, it's just I know this is now the H1 low of this hour, and that's where I want to trail my stop loss with. So the previous one, H1 here, this is the current H1 low, and that's where I want my stop loss. If it comes after breaking out, if it comes and breaks this low, it could be reversing to go down. So reducing my loss, my risk a little bit here now, just a little bit. So only about 12 pips we're risking and we're waiting for 10 pips. So almost a 1-to-1. Gotta be patient. I'm actually happy this played out. It means the second position closing it when I did was right. I reduced the loss. So, and now I'm in a trade a bit early. Better entry would have been there. Let me just mark that up. That would have been my ideal entry. But when it broke structure, that should have been my entry here. So my entry is probably about 3 pips early. Yeah, about 3 pips early. Okay, Okay, let's just clean up these charts a little bit while we wait. $11.19.8. Okay, so it will be a big ask to see price break these highs. It needs to do so with volume. That will then potentially mean it could reach this TP here. Very unlikely I hold it there, but that's where I would assume price is heading. If it beats these highs, there's no reason not to get back up there. Maybe it needs the news catalyst, so maybe it's not going to get there until further closer to the time when you can expect the news. That being said, it may mean that price is just going to go sideways, wait for news, then push up. We're going to see. I'm not interested. I just want to see it get to 10 pips here, take some size off, move to break even, leave a runner to see if it wants to go any further. And that's how we're going to play this trade. So pushing back down, see what happens there. So that's a break of that, pulled back in, should push back up, and we're going to wait for that. So we're only 30 minutes into the London session, still very early. Volume may pick up in the next hour. Just need to wait on this now. So far, happy-ish, because we read it right. Got the first trade, second position, close it early, and we would have been stopped out with the second position. And this is the second trade. And the second trade is a buy. So far, we're right about that. We're just waiting to see if it holds and gives us a little bit more. Hasn't given us much. We want a little bit more than... What is it giving us? It's giving us 7 pips. We want a little bit more than that, and then close some of the position. So if we get 10 pips from this, I'm going to close 70% of the position. Oh, there we go. About to close some, take some off. I'm going to do 70% of the position if it breaks this high. When it breaks this high, leave the runner and then manage it. So because of my entry, my 10 pips is just above this high here. I want to see a breakout, and I'll take that. Now, if you're trading this, you need to be careful. This is a break and retest. It broke this high, pull back in, stop losses are here, and there's going to be stop losses there. So if it breaks this high again, it's going to come back potentially to get underneath these lows here where the stop losses are. That's why I don't trail my trades so closely, because it's essentially doing exactly what everyone else is doing. So it's an easy target for your stop losses. I try to keep it at the swing lows, as close as possible to the swing lows I can, until I take some partials. Once I've taken partials, then I could trail it, moving it break even, and so on. But for me, one of the worst things is to move your stop loss to break even too early, see the trade stop you out, then go in your directions. That's something I started a long time ago. That puts me in a state of revenge. I do want to get back at the market for doing that to me. So I'm trying to move past that. So I just need to incorporate the habits, or learn from the situation and make sure I don't do it again. And that's why I try to keep it at the swing low, where I initially place my stop loss. That's where it stays until I've taken partials. Thought we were going to get another breakout. Price is slow today. Still got 2 minutes of this candle. Could still happen. Maybe I use the time to learn how to use this. Oh, 0.7. Yeah, cool. Let me know in the comments, in the chat, people. Let me know. Do you normally trade on your phone or on your laptop or your PC? And if you do both, which do you prefer? I'm someone that trades on my phone. I'm trying to learn to do the PC, obviously, for the streams. But I feel it's just quicker on my phone. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that. And what is your preference? So what are you guys trading right now? Are you in on EURUSD or are you looking at something else? Let me know. Okay, so some of you prefer desktop, some of you phone. Yeah, it's one of those things. A close friend of mine told me that it's usually one or the other, and it's hard to switch. So people who trade well on the phone can't trade well on the laptop, and people who trade well on the laptop or the desktop can't trade well on the phone. So it's one of those things. Okay. So I might have a quick look at the charts on gold. It looks like most people are looking at gold right now. I'm gonna wait for this to break out. Let's wait for this trade to break out. It's almost there. We should see it within this hour. When we get this breakout, close that, then I'll switch over to gold and leave my runner. The price is very slow today. Okay, having a quick look at gold. What are you doing with gold? Initial thoughts? For me, it's a sell just from the price action. Just looking at it for 5 seconds. There is a big gap up there. Price could be heading towards there, but initial thoughts is a sell because you got a downtrend there. Price has just entered to that supply zone using a pole and flag formation. This is where I'm reading it. It just entered that supply zone, and it looks like it's about to break structure on the H1. Yeah, there's a H1 structure that it's been respecting so far. If it breaks that structure, I would look at it as a sell. Let me know what you're doing with gold. Are you long or short on gold? So PC, because you like to sit, because you have to sit and watch a trade, makes sense. Sometimes when I have to sit and watch a trade, I actually prefer my phone because I don't want to watch the trade. What I do with my phone is I get into the trade, then I set alerts on Yahoo Finance. I don't watch the trades, therefore I'm not going through the emotional roller coaster as you saw, the back and forth here. If I get the alert that it's moving towards TP, that's when I have a look at the trade and I manage it. If I get an alert that's moving towards stop loss, have a look at the trade and I manage it. But it gives me the flexibility, so that's why I prefer it, the flexibility to be able to get on with my day and not sit in front of the screen for too long. I'm happy to do the live stream because I've set a time limit. So I'm assuming for you guys who trade using desktop, you are not trading all day. You're in for a particular session and you're done. Let me know if that's the case, or are you there just waiting for opportunities? And if you are you scalping or are you swing trading? Still got 20 minutes of this H1 candle. Hopefully it's all within this candle that we get this push up again, and that's a wrap. It's not looking good now. It's very slow for a break and retest. Broke, should come in and go out again, but at the same time, from back testing, this could take another 3 hours before we get that breakout. As long as it doesn't come and play around with my stop loss again, I'm okay with that. As long as it pushes out again. And that's why I want to take it for initial 10 pips. Just getting that initial 10 pips on a slow day like this, when there's news, anticipation of news, it could take an hour just to get this breakout. So that's why if I get my 10 pips, I'm out as soon as possible, because I don't want to sit around and wait. And right now we're just going to have to sit around and wait because it's giving us no option. It could pull back in here. It doesn't need to. That was a break from here. It should be bought from here. Not should be, people are buying it from here, so that should give it the momentum to push out again. So as I say it starts moving good. I want it to hold and close above here, and then that confirmed is going up, and maybe we could look at reducing our risk. Maybe it's a bit early for that, but we'll see. And I normally don't leave runners because the runners could take hours and it doesn't move anywhere. But with this, I may leave a runner. Let's see, break even today, 100 up. Yeah, I'll leave a runner. But it's just the entry, because my entry is so high up, it's pointless because price is definitely going to come back in here. And if I leave my stop loss here, it's going to stop me out. No, it's not going to stop me out, but it's going to, if it does stop me out, I take that potentially break even trade, break even runner, and I lose it, right? Or it draws down. I don't want that. So if I leave it at break even, it's definitely going to get stopped out because it's so high up. So when it breaks out here, I can see it definitely stopping us out again. But I may not leave the runner. I may actually, I'm going to increase the size, my partials, and then I will move to break even, or at least this low here. When it eventually breaks out, it should break out. It's already stopped us out. It's decided that it wants to push further. Push further. Stop waiting around. Okay, so bullish on gold makes sense. Is that because the higher time frame trend? So this is actually my second day doing live streams. So I will be doing more. It's something I need. Yeah. basically I don't work a 9 to 5. I have a lot of time on my hands, and I need something that motivates me, something I like and enjoy doing. And I enjoy talking about trading. I enjoy trading, and I enjoy streaming and so on. So it's become a social thing. I tried everything else. I tried, I tried to do art. I tried to do gardening. All those things are just a bit too slow and boring for me. Consider doing some fishing this year, but I think I'm gonna stick to what I like, and that's creating content, talking about trading, and also editing. So I'm gonna definitely do more live streams. We're just playing around, really getting used to the format, getting used to equipment. Everything's new. I'm definitely gonna do more live streams. Possibly gonna work towards doing a New York session as well. So that's something to look out for in the future. Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're trained, or if you started trading with your phone, you're just used to it. If you started with your laptop or desktop, again, it's hard to switch over to something that's smaller. So for me, yeah, I mean, I've always been trading on my phone, so I'm just used to it. I'm very quick with it. Right, okay, let's take TP now on our break. Break on this candle, good, takes partials. A little bit more. Push. I'll take partials. Okay, so I've taken partials. Small risk now. We are break even for, no, we made back the loss on the second position. We are up 0.5 on the day. So now it's just to manage this. The risk is only $25. I don't even want to lose $25. Okay. I'm petty like that. I definitely see this pulling back down. So I'm gonna leave it at the last swing. No, I'm gonna move at break even. We're gonna put at break even because I don't want to lose anything on this trade. Okay, so happy with that. Account balance. Let's see where we're sitting now. Okay, so we're down, I think 170 yesterday, and we essentially made back 70 today, taking into commissions and so on. So account balance is down 0.5, and I can live with that. Tomorrow I'm going to manage my risk better. So the first day I risked a little bit more than 0.5, and it's actually what I wanted to risk was only 0.5. So I risked $160 instead of $100. So tomorrow I am going to manage my risk better, and yeah, going to take it from there. This break even, like I said, it's very likely to stop me out. I know stop losses are there. After it pushes out, it could push all the way in here. It could come all the way here before it continues up, if it goes up at all. So very likely to stop me out, but I don't want to lose anything on this runner. So it has to go to break even. It has to. Let me just check that it's actually at break even. Yeah, okay, so 1 point above break even. So I make a little profit on that. That's great. I'm happy with that today. The plan was to take one trade and win $100, and essentially that's what I've done. I've got potential to make a little bit more if this holds and respects this low here and carries on pushing up, and there's a potential to make a little bit more. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't believe that's going to happen. That's why I put it at break even, because I'm not going to take that chance. So we're going to end the day green. I'm very happy with that. Tomorrow, being Wednesday, we will then take another trade, only risking $100, and that should bring us out of drawdown. And then we'll look for Thursday and Friday, following the same processes, make $100 on both days, give us a little bit, give us 1% up on the account. That is the plan for the week. Hopefully it works out that way. If it doesn't, if it falls short of that, that's fine. But what's important to me now is that I have followed my system. this was the first trade. The only thing I did wrong with this first trade is I didn't get out the second position. I shouldn't even put a second position, to be honest. I was only meant to put place one, but I was quite confident. I saw everything I wanted to do, and I thought it was going to go further. And I put the second position, and the second position entry wasn't bad. It was, I mean, 2 or 3 pips. I got something from it. It just didn't give me the additional 3 pips. I wanted to get the 10 pips to make that $100. So I could have made $200 on that move, but it didn't work out. Why I'm happy with the second position though is I closed it at the right place. I did read it right. I saw everything wasn't working out as it's supposed to. I closed that position, reducing the loss. And then the reason I'm really happy is I went long here with that second trade and held the position even though price pulled against me, and it went to TP. So I'm happy how I traded today. I'm not going to take any more trades on this account. I am going to have a look at what's going on gold now and give you guys my thoughts on it. So if there's any pairs you're looking at, let me know. I'm happy to have a look at it. Obviously, it's not recommendations. It's just a second pair of eyes, if you like. I'm going to have a look from my perspective. Hopefully it doesn't cast doubt into your minds. You should be sure about your trades, have conviction on your trades, but I'll give you a second opinion and you could take it from there as you feel necessary. So let's have a look at gold. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to do more live streams. Let me know what session you prefer, what session you normally trade. Is it London session or do you take trades in the New York session? Let me know, people, and I'll try to tailor what I'm doing based on your needs or wants. Thank you for all the support, people. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've got some experience. I just need to lean into it on certain situations. Like I said, as you can see now, I'm about to get stopped out. It makes sense. Just taking the trades, learning from your experience, and if you could remember those trades from back testing, you could back test, forward test, all that, and just learn from it. Just rely on your experience, and then the rest of it is just patience and discipline. So I'm trying to, and that's why I started this, because the routine of coming on stream, having you guys watching me, I need to be accountable for my behavior, and that helps me a lot. So I've geared everything around being disciplined and patient now. And like I said, I normally trade off my phone. I don't on the laptop. On the desktop, you definitely need to be more patient waiting for your setup. So on the phone, it's a bit more impulsive, and that's why I'm trying to step away from that. It's something I've been doing. I did make money from it, but I know I would fare better if I am more controlled, more disciplined, and not taking those impulsive trades. And that's why I'm stepping away from my phone and focusing on the desktop. So you will see more streams, more live trades, and yeah, we're gonna keep it going like that. So far, so good. So far, so good. We're gonna have a quick look. Okay, gold is holding up. So we're gonna switch over to gold. Gold looks like it's trending still. Let's clean this up. Okay, so as I said, it's trending up right now. And what I'll be looking at to see if it holds this trend is that it respects the lows, the previous lows. So this is a H1 low. That's where I find my lows, H1. It's pulled into this supply zone. That will be concerning for me. So if it holds these highs, if it holds this trend, respects these previous lows, yeah, it could continue going up and it filled this gap. And that could be where the sell is. But right now at this time, I'm not sure. I don't trade gold. I'm not an expert of gold. I'm just looking at price action. That's what I'm traded to see. And because of that, I can switch on to any instrument and have a fair look and make a read on it. So it looks like we've got stopped out in my EURUSD trade now. Yep, made sense. That's why I moved to break even. That's fine. So looking at this is quite interesting. I would love to take a trade here, but no more trades for today on this account at least. So right now, gold is holding its trend. If it pushes up here, pulls down, and then breaks this low, that could look like a reversal and potentially be a reversal and push down further, at least to get down to this zone here. Okay, so these were previous lows. So previous highs. It broke there, hasn't returned there, so I could see it pushing back down there. So from where it is now, this is, most people trade supply and demand. After that breakout, come back down here. What they're looking for is for price to break these previous M5s candles, which is done. So that's triggered people to go long there. Right? So people have gone long there. Where do you think their stop loss is? Right there. So I can see price coming down to run the stop losses there. It's within a demand still from this high to this low. That's a demand still. So it could stay here, then push out again. But I could definitely see an argument for the stop losses here to get taken, then it go up. However, for a short, I would want to see it take that and take this low, and that could confirm that it is now going to reverse and push down. And that's what I would normally look for. Now, like I mentioned, I don't normally trade gold. I don't know its behavior. I don't know how strong the trend is or anything like that. But I'm just looking at price action. I'm reading it from a perspective of where stop losses are. Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? And that would make sense to me. That's what this is about. Essentially, if you're buying, there's someone selling. So if you're going to win the trade, someone's lost the trade, and vice versa. So that's the way I look at it when I read price. I'm familiar with other setups, supply and demand, trader in the trend, support and resistance. Familiar with it all. It's good to have that as knowledge, but I do focus on price action. I then back tested what I find to be the most consistent way of trading, and that's the system I trade. Okay, so that's interesting to see. Let's see what else you guys are up to. Yeah, too much free time is a killer for traders. It's a killer for everyone, to be honest. It's just, you need something to stimulate your mind. It's one of those things. It doesn't matter what it is. Find whatever you're passionate about and go for it. I was actually considering before I decided to give this streaming on YouTube thing a go. I was actually considering opening a boxing gym. So, cause that's something I'm very passionate about. It's not something I need to do, but I'm leaning towards it. I got some I was gonna get some gear together. I don't know if you can see the background. I got some gear together in my area here, and I wanted this to be a little area that I trained in and stuff like that. And for me, boxing is a really great way of training. So I was gonna get a boxing bag there. Then I started thinking about my kids. They're definitely gonna see me doing it, and they're gonna want to do it. And then that got me thinking about training, and I thought, yeah, maybe I do really want to do this. But the point being is, you do need to find whatever you're passionate about and stick to it. I know some people move into the latter years, getting a little bit older, and I'm seeing them push limits in terms of boredom. They try and figure out what excites them and stuff like that. And through their experience, what I'm learning is it's very important to have something you are passionate about. That keeps you motivated, that keeps you going, and so on. So right now I'm very passionate about trading, as you can see. And I'm doing that, and I'm just going to try to focus on doing whatever that keeps me motivated, whether that's training, gym, football. I even started playing football again with my boys. I thought I was too old for playing football, but I decided to actually go to the gym and train, and now I've got the knees again to play football. You get to that age where taking the turns and twists hurts your knees and hips. Nah, so I just actually need to train, and I'm able to do that. So very important. Find what you're passionate about, and so far this is one of them. Do you know what? Let me answer the first question. So where I am located, I don't know. Do you know what? I have a reason not to disclose that. But there's hints everywhere. Okay. So let me give you a quick hint. Someone on my videos last time picked it up, but there's hints everywhere. I just don't want to put my information out there because you never know who's watching, right? So I am a UK-based trader. I'll say that much. Okay, I trade the London session, but my current location varies. I'll say that much. All right. Yeah, in terms of boxing style, when I started boxing, it was Tommy Hearns that really got me thinking, wow, that's what boxing looks like. And I think physique-wise, I'm very similar to him, so the comparisons were there. In terms of styles of boxers, I like boxers based on skill, speed, intelligence, and stuff like that. So you got Sugar Ray's, both Sugar Ray Leonard and Robertson. And you got Roy Jones. You got Mayweather, obviously. I was actually in Vegas to watch the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, so yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Mayweather is a very unique boxer. I watched Mayweather and Canelo as well at Vegas as well. Great events. If there's ever a big boxing event, if you can, yeah, go to Vegas. It's worth it. You got everyone from everywhere in the world who are passionate about boxing coming there, so the vibes are right. Then you got Vegas, which is entertainment in itself, and then you actually get the fight. You don't need to spend more than 3 nights there. That's more than enough, but it's definitely worth doing. I'm a Londoner. I don't know if you can hear it in my accent. I'm definitely a Londoner. I've grown up in London. I've been in London. That's all I know. South London, to be precise. But yeah, location-wise, I'll put it this way: if you know anything about people from the UK and London, what do they do when they retire? Where do they go? I put that much out. So gold looks like it's holding. It's still trending up. I lack conviction on it. It's very slow. We'll see how that plays out. If you are in gold, hopefully I'm wrong. I hope this works out for you. I hope you're managing your trade. DAX, what did I say about DAX? Yeah, I said there's a buy, didn't I? I said this price action here looks more inclined to be a buy to me. And what happened to EURUSD pushing down? Let's see what GU is saying. GU is trending up. Okay. So for me, when I see this, if you're trading GU, when I see price action like this, it's very concerning. Even though it's broken this high, there's a reason for that. Liquidity there, that's fine. Taking the stop losses there, it could push up. But I expect this to come down. This slow, choppy, tight trend, anyone trading this is trailing their stops. It's just money there, right? So it's, for me, it's a case of when. This will get taken. I don't know when. So if you look at it in terms of this trend line here, okay, it's using that as support if you like, but now that it's hit the higher time frame zone here, it could be from there. It could be from there. It could be from here. At any of these 2 points, when price hits it and starts creating a reversal pattern, I would assume it continues going down and runs these lows here. Why do I believe that? It did the same thing here, people. So slowly chopped up, tapped into this supply zone, reversed there, pushed down, consolidated, and smashed down. And it's been doing that all the way through. This slow choppy trend here, pushed up aggressively, that's great. Tapped into the supply zone, came down, broke it, taking all of that with it, okay? All of that with it, all of that with it, all of that, and potentially now all of this. So that's what I would assume. If I was trading GU, I'll be looking for a sell. I'll be waiting for price to be anywhere in this zone here, create a breaker structure, and then looking for it to continue its downtrend. That's what I'll be doing. That's what I can see on the M5. And yeah, that's a fair read. I can see an argument for it to go further because you got the same thing here. Nice little trend line going up there. Yeah, but not in GU. GU again is something that's a little bit more difficult to trade. I trade normally EURUSD because it's a lot easier to trade. It's a lot easier to read. It's just more, it's cleaner. Like I used to trade JPY, USD JPY, very similar in terms of volume as EURUSD and GU, but it just spikes too much. It just spikes too much. And I don't want that. I don't want to be spiked out of my position, then be right on the move. So I switch over to EURUSD because it doesn't do that as often. If it breaks a high, it wants to continue going higher. It doesn't just break it then goes down. It does occasionally, but most of the time it doesn't. And so in preparing for this stream, this live stream session, I started looking for pairs that was very similar in structure, and that's why I was looking at DAX and FTSE. FTSE again, cleaner than the DAX. It holds very clean the moves. Okay, so if you guys are looking for something that's a little bit more stable, if you're considering what to trade, I say look for something that's stable, that's not fluctuating, that's not going to spike you out of your move, then go in your direction. As you see here, FTSE spikes up and goes down. It doesn't spike up, spike up again, then go down. Do you know what I mean? It just spikes up, it goes down. That's a reversal. That's clean cut. So as price comes back to this zone where it reversed from, this price point here, show you this price point here. So it was trending up, higher lows, spikes up, breaks that structure right there, look where price is now. I'll be more inclined to look for a scalp or sell there. And this could potentially be a reversal as well. Let's have a look at M1. Yeah, so there you go. They try to hide it. They try to hide it, but I know where to find it. So pushes up, was creating higher highs here, pushes up, comes back down, consolidates, and starts trending down now. So this is a high, low, high, low, high, low. So it's trending down now. This could be just a pullback, right? Or it could be a start of a reversal. If it's a pullback, this is where I would expect it to be bought from to continue its trend. If it's not, if it's a reversal, pushes further. That's the situations I want to be in, whether I'm right a little bit or right 100%. So pullbacks is me being right a little bit. Reversal would be me being right completely. And that's what I look for in my way of trading. So that's me. I mean, I don't know if you just noticed, that's me giving you so much value. I've given you everything you could have learned from any course you would have purchased on YouTube. And I've given you all of that for free. I could happily do that because I know there's other people giving useful information for free. And I know just me doing it doesn't make you profitable. It's how you apply it. So again, I might just say it every single time on stream, stop buying courses from people who do not demonstrate that their setup or their trading skills work by providing concrete proof. Doing videos based on demo accounts is not concrete proof at all. Okay, making claims, making claims of making $10,000 a month and getting caught out, people finding out you've been using a demo account, and yet the excuses for it just continue and people accept it is crazy to me. I'm trying to set a better standard for the trading community. I've had a look. There are a few people starting to see it now. It's just that YouTube does not push it. YouTube promotes a lot of people who are successful in terms of views, right? So the formula is to use a lot of clickbait information, making statements of making 15,000 in one trade in 10 minutes and stuff like that. That will get you your views. I stay away from that, so I can see why people are not being exposed to my channel and why YouTube is not pushing it. But I'm trying to change that narrative. I want to see more people trading live. I want to see account balances, account history. That was a trade yesterday. That's the trades today. I want to see more examples of that, and I want to set that as a standard. And I think we should demand more from people who are requesting that we pay them for their knowledge. They should be showing us account balances and account history if they are as good as they claim to be, in my opinion. And the reason I go on about it is because this really affected me. It really affected me in my first year. I was exposed to so many of these guys who claim to be successful, following certain structures and so on. So I lost at least a year from consuming the wrong information. Second year, I lost some time, not the whole year. I lost some time unlearning everything I learned from them. Can you imagine? So I don't think it should be allowed. I think it's scamming. I think it's fraud. I don't think it should be allowed. And I think people need to hold them accountable. So yeah, just wanted to get that out there. Next time someone makes a claim, ask for proof. Ask for account history, account balance, something like that. Anything like that will do. So that being said, if you appreciate what I'm doing, support the channel. Like the channel, like the video, hit the likes. Let more people see that I am streaming, and that will motivate me to get more streams out as well. And I keep on sharing my information with you guys. Okay. Yeah, Lomachenko is a serious boxer. He is a serious boxer. I like when I was really into boxing, when I was training, I was fighting and stuff like that. I was during the Floyd Mayweather period. So I stopped. I still train. I stopped fighting. I don't spar even now. I may get back into that. I like getting into a ring with people who are younger than me and showing them that skills pays bills. So Lomachenko is a serious boxer, and I learned something new from him, and obviously southpaw and stuff like that. The way he gets in and stuff like that is amazing. But him and what was it Triple G? Triple G, I learned something new from him. So yeah, it's good to see different boxers, see what they're about, observe their ring IQ, and you pick up little things. So I think it's Lomachenko or Triple G, maybe both of them. They have this thing when people are like in a shell position, they go and grab their hands, pull it down, and give them a little uppercut in the way. I don't know if you've seen that. Have a look at his fights. I think it's Lomachenko. He does that a few times. Yeah, it's good to just pick up little things, tricks and trades from boxers and stuff like that. It's really good to see. So yeah, Lomachenko is up there for me. It's a shame what happened to him. What was it? Lopez, right? Lopez got the win from him. I was surprised. I thought Lomachenko was going to be running things for a while, so that was a surprise. But yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here, people. I've taken my trade. I'm not gonna take any trades on the discretionary account. I don't see anything really happening. As you can see, price is not moving at all. It did pull all the way back down towards the where my trailing stop loss would have been, and I said I don't want any of that, so I left that. I'm not gonna try to get caught up in this chop even on my discretionary account. It doesn't make any sense. The trade I would have wanted to take, the trade I would like to take, if any, will probably be this buy on the DAX, but I can't do that on my discretionary account because indexes are not available on that demo account. So we're gonna call it. Don't need to push anything. Don't really see anything happening right now. Yeah, don't really see anything happening. I think the initial volume before the news has kicked in, and now everything's slowed down, and it's gonna just anticipate the news catalyst that's due later on today. So all of this is slow and choppy, so definitely be careful with this if you are trading this. I don't see anything moving quickly at all right now. So we're gonna wrap this up. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, let me know. Hit the like button, comments, questions, all that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Patrick signing out. Until next time, peace.